Here it is. Great American presidents, this graphic posted on Truth Social by Donald Trump says. The two great American presidents listed here are Franklin Delano Roosevelt, the guy who did 4 terms and dragged the Great Depression on forever with his make-work projects and his just reckless spending, and President Trump. Roosevelt helped give us the 30-year mortgage, I guess. And so Trump has on there the 50-year mortgage. So this is one of these 4D chess things I'm telling you about, where it's, you go, hey, Trump is comparing himself to FDR. He was a commie. You go, well, Trump is saying he was a great president, and he was great just like him. Oh, what strategy? You got to get the young voters who like socialism. Like, okay, for Trump, like, well, no, for Vance Rubio. You go, I just don't think that 3 years ahead of the election is going to, this 50. So anyway, regardless of that, let's talk about this 50-year mortgage. So instead of taking any actions to actually make things affordable again, they go, if you stretch out your loan for 50 years, it makes it cheaper. Okay. So the average home, you end up saving like a couple of $100 a month, like $300 a month, something like that. The average home these days is like $400 and something thousand. I made this whole spreadsheet where I was looking at the average home price, car price, grocery price, adjusting for today's dollars, 1980 and all that kind of stuff. And it's, it's shockingly not crazy. Well, 2025 versus 2020 is much more out of whack. Like the amount of change over the last 5 years has been substantial in terms of kind of screwing everything, But yeah, so 50-year mortgage. And not just is it a 50-year mortgage, but they're proposing that perhaps you could even have it where the first 10 years is interest only. What's wrong, Charlie?
It's so terrible.
Why is that terrible, Charlie?
Because you'll never, ever pay it off unless you win the lottery or somebody dies in your family and leaves you a bunch of money.
Yeah. I was told, well, everyone's going to refinance in the first 5 years because no one's that stupid. And I said, well, what about 2008 when everybody was surely going to refinance before their bubble payment? Before, their rates got jacked up by 10 points. Everybody was going to refinance. Charlie, did a lot of people refinance in 2008?
No.
I remember everything going to hell, don't you?
Yep.
No one's going to do stuff. People are going to settle in, and they're just going to go. So, but here's the thing, right? All right, so Trump's got his 50-year mortgage. He wants to. He's working on getting that passed, right?
There is a goal, but it's just not what everyone thinks it is.
What's that?
Oh, the goal of the 50-year mortgage? It's just to make things attainable, not affordable.
Well, that's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which way do we want to go first? Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah. No, you're right. But here's the thing too. So I was told the reason it's so smart is because demand for housing will go up, and then people will build more housing, and then you'll have more supply, and then price will go down because you'll have supply increase, and that'll help with demand.
Sure.
Yeah. What it's like, do you know what else increased the demand for housing? Like 0% interest rates and first-time home buyer programs with 0 down, low credit scores. And, that was before 2008 as well. But that increased demand a whole lot, increased homeownership rates a whole lot until they went bankrupt. And I don't remember housing, well, I guess after the disaster, housing prices went down. But prices have been on the rise. It has not been going down, regardless of how many houses are built. And in Florida, if you go out to Orlando, when's the last time you went to Orlando?
It's been a year, at least 2, maybe.
Have you gone past the parks into the east side, like near UCF?
No.
You won't recognize it. If you take one of those like 408, 417s or whatever, the areas that used to be just empty are now just
McMansions.
no, well, subdivisions and apartment complexes, and it's just houses just printed everywhere. Values not going down. So basically, what's most likely if you do increase demand a lot, which really shaving $300 a month off a payment, $400 a month, that ain't gonna do it. I mean, that's not gonna do it. But let's just say it does. It's like, okay, well, prices go up. And so I guess the idea is the builders are gonna go, okay, I'm gonna build 20 houses here, and then I guess I'll sell them for less than the current market rate because the supply has gone up. You go, yeah, I guess, but you probably won't. You'll probably list them at the current market rate, one at a time, maybe. It's just the people. The people are gonna spend money to negatively affect the asset value, especially with how expensive construction is. Because that's the other thing. Construction is crazy expensive to build a house right now. So it's like, okay, no one's going to do it, and knowing they're going to take a haircut. They're just not going to do it. It's just not going to work that way. So you're right. It's not going to make anything more affordable. It's going to make the prices go up. Further, especially the interest-only thing, remember what the right used to be. So back when the Republicans were opposed to ending the filibuster way back then, in the ancient times, which of course are for now, but they were also opposed to the World Economic Forum. You'll own nothing and you'll be happy. Remember? Mm-hmm. You'll own nothing and you'll be happy. If you have a house, interest-only loan for 10 years, people stay in their houses on average 13 years, okay? If you sell your house off for 13 years and you had an interest only for the first 10, got a lot of equity there, Charlie?
None.
Now, theoretically, your house has appreciated unless this grand plan works out and the prices drop, because this is the problem with this thought thing. You go, well, appreciation's where you get your value. You go, okay, but if you're saying people are going to build houses so the value won't go up like that, so it won't appreciate. So I'm not getting equity and I'm not getting appreciation. It's like, okay, well then I get nothing, right? But even if you get a little of appreciation there, right? Your loan, especially paying interest only first, you've got so much money you owe on this thing. It'll be shocking it'll be one of those things where people they're not paying off their mortgage when they sell their house. They're just rolling in the extra 20 grand, 50 grand, whatever it is, this number that's left over, rolling it into their next 50-year mortgage, and then doing that, just rolling it and rolling it. And it's one of those, it's football math where they go, I never intend on paying this, and I don't see how anything could go wrong with our already fragile banking system if all of a sudden a bunch of people just keep rolling over a note into a bigger and a bigger with no intention of paying it and eventually go, whatever. I declare bankruptcy!
This sounds familiar. I think it's done with car loans right now.
What? Yeah. I mean, because that was the thing, too. How long? Can you get an 8-year or something now?
I think that might be one of his other pushes. 7 is, I know, the norm longest.
7 is the norm now.
I think
or the longest.
I think 8 might be a push right now, but I'm not sure. It's crazy.
Yeah. I remember on my truck there, I got the 4-year. And I'm not going to lie, if they had longer, I probably would have gotten longer because trucks are expensive. It's all these cars are basically being sold at cost, and the idea is they're selling a car loan. I maintain that. Car companies don't make any money on cars. They make it on the loans,
Yep.
Which is crazy to think. But
the other thing that kind of ties into this is that he also wants you to be able to, or for the banks to consider cryptocurrency as an asset when applying for a mortgage.
Yeah.
So it's all about attainability. It's not about affordability.
Right. And I did see a couple things on the different plan. And did you know you can get somewhat short-term crypto loans now?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, it's 80%, 70% of your portfolio value Of course, if it dips, they can call you and all that kind of stuff. But I think you can get like a couple of years, 2 to 4 years, something like that. You can't get mortgage length, but you can get something, which is just interesting. So anyway, I wanted to see a little bit because I had my opinions on this note, and so I got.
I like that.
And so I was like, well, maybe I'm just being grumpy, right? Maybe it is sound advice. So I went to UBS Wealth Management, not CNN, not Fox. UBS Wealth Management. Here's this little thing. Okay. So currently can't go above 30 years. Our initial conclusion is that an addition of a 50-year mortgage option would have a marginal benefits to home buyers, and those benefits are largely a function of the rate spread calculus. Based on our analysis, moving from a 30 to a 50-year mortgage would lead only to a small reduction in monthly payment, depending on the ultimate 30 to 50-year spread. One of the key drawbacks for buyers who utilize a 50-year mortgage is the amount of interest they would pay, assuming the loan stays outstanding for the full term. As a percentage of total home price, a 50-year mortgage results in total interest pay being 225% of the total home price. So if your house costs $200, that's 200, that's 400, and that's what I just say, $200,000. So yeah, 200 to 450. Something like that, right? 450 in interest.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, so you pay $650 for your house. You pay 3.5 times, or 3.25. Another key drawback of the 50 is that's more than twice the level what you do for the 30 year. So people, there's a lot of interest. It's like, it looks like it's normally around 100%. Normally you pay for your house twice. Now you'll be paying it for 3.25 times. Another key drawback of a 50-year mortgage is how little equity beyond the initial down payment is generated, even in the first 20 years of the mortgage. With a 50-year mortgage, only 4% of the mortgage is paid off 10 years in, and only 11% is retired after 20 years. Most people keep a house for like 13 years. So you got your 4% of your mortgage paid off. And and then a chunk. Call it, let's just say 5, 6. I'll give you 6. 6% of your mortgage paid off by the time you sell it. So you really, let's say your house gets hit by a hurricane and you have to do remediation, and you go, I can't afford to put $200,000 into making this house worthwhile again. I guess I'll sell it. Well, if you got a 50-year mortgage and you're selling it at a hit of $100,000 or something, just because, well, I guess with that you go, I don't even know, I got no options. So basically, I'm gonna have to just keep $100,000 of a loan that I keep paying on, not have a house, because I can't afford to rebuild, and that's all I can do. And with a 50-year note, I don't have any equity. So, and that's the other part, right? Which people are kind of, maybe it's a minor thing. Here, let me just see if there's anything. Mortgage report, who cares? All right. To not delve too much into my personal finances, but we did some work around the house last year, So we took a little home equity line, which normal thing to do. People do it. It's a tool. It's nice. You got a little equity. Pull it out, get some of that sweet cash, and then fix up the house. You can't do that 10 years in. I mean, if 10 years in you got 4% of your mortgage paid off, you got you can't get a home equity loan. You have no equity still. So you go, well, I don't know, my pipes burst. It's going to cost me $20,000 to fix it. They go, yeah, you can take a loan. It ain't going to be one based on your equity. You don't have it, So that'll be another thing. It'll just be people not have use of their asset.
Yep.